Or like on Star Trek, here. On Star Trek, you know, when Wesley meets the Traveler. You remember that episode? Traveler, he works with this scientist, and the scientist, he's the one who's doing everything because he's twiddling the knobs, but he doesn't actually know what he's doing as he twiddles the knobs. In some ways, this is like that. They give you a limited number of slider controls, knobs, general things, but you can't get specific results, which I love. When you tell this program, Udio, generate, it doesn't so much give you what you want as it gives you things until you want something that it gives you because it's so good. But getting it to kind of do for you, like I want it to sound like this, and I have this melody in my head. There may be other programs, certainly it's on the way. Chances are you can already type in your own melody or give it MIDI and do all of these things. And it's probably pretty amazing. Maybe somebody will show up who's done that. I got a different tack that I just used with this one program called Udio.com. So seed. The way I understand it is that when you're doing anything with random number generation, which I believe this is based on, you have a seed. You can use a seed number to generate consistent results, even though that doesn't really work. But it does in a mysterious way that you can't always tell. And the end results are wonderful, so who cares? You don't get what you want. You get something wonderful. Yeah. So here, let's try it. Here's got some new people. We'll play you our welcome to the show song.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's nice you're here. Let's have a little cheer. Give me
This sounds like the one you did before.
Give me an I. What does it spell? Annihilation. Give me an A. Give me an I. What does it spell? Annihilation.
Oh, really? I gotta play this one.
Hello, and welcome to the show. Wow. It's nice you're here. Let's have a little cheer. Give me an A.
That's a good false statement.
Give me an A.
Hi,
What does it
keep that straight.
Annihilation.
I know. Did you put this together? I love it. I love you like I always have.
Come here, give me a big one. Bring it in. Bring it right in. So good.
Well, let's see how it goes. Yeah, I know.
You know, but yes,
But
this
I've
is
been
more
dying to see what you've been
interesting.
doing. So, yeah. Like the smartest guy that you're ever going to run into. I'll do an ad for him right now on this. Like nobody else is probably more qualified to have this conversation, this dialogue public. So drink this up, baby. Colette and Colette and Colette and the other Colette and the Colette from there.
Check this one out.
Colette Square.
Annihilation. Hello,
What?
hello,
No, yeah.
and welcome to the show. It's nice you're here. Let's have a little cheer.
Up there.
Give me an A. Give me an I. What does it spell? Annihilation.
If for nothing else, it's an endless supply of laughs. It's the funniest shit ever. If you're into stupid stuff like I am.
And who's not?
Well, okay, so we should just kind of start talking about it.
Yeah.
I guess. So have you done any AI music?
I have. I've had clients ask me, it's been more proof of concept stuff than it's been, oh, I'm about to recline, I don't know. But it's been more like proof of concept stuff where somebody will say, oh, let's use this to show the client what you're going to do, like for real, what you're going to compose and produce for real. But as far as like making it part of finished work, not really yet. And the thing I did find out when I did not nearly as deep a dive, that's why I'm super interested to hear what you have investigated and what you found with these applications and online sites that will create these pieces for you with prompts, is that it seems like it's really strong in things like would-be pop music. But like, okay, write me an angular sounding string quartet with lots of staccato.
Okay. First of all, sure. And if you could get it to do, it would do.
Okay.
But like I was just telling them, first of all, my whole thing comes with a whole lot of caveats. I am working within a very small range on a very small, with one program that's free.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't even a paid one. And it's not the most popular one. It's called Udio. Like audio, except you drop the A off the top.
Yeah.
Oops. And what would happen is you would say, give me a piece of string music, and it has some constraints. One of them would be like it's 2 minutes and 10 seconds long, which is all you really need. You just need 2 minutes. You can make it work for 2 minutes, or you can build things in 30-second increments. So if you wanted something longer, you can build it in 30-second increments, or you can just go for a 2 minute and 10-second finished concept. You'd say pizzicato, strings, modern classical, bright, right? And they'll do something. Mm-hmm. You might not get those pizzicatos. Hard to say. You might get a harp or something. In a little bit, we'll just go ahead and do it.
Wow.
And see what it does.
Okay.
I actually already have examples of that sort of thing on here that we can hear. So this program doesn't give you what you want. It gives you things until it delights you. And it does a pretty good job of delighting me. One of the things that I was going to say, if anybody showed up who was very much against AI because they thought that it was going to impact their trade. You're right, it is going to impact your trade, and probably not in a good way. And I don't have any good news for people who make money off of music, or who want to have fame off of their music, or to have any sort of gain from your music aside from joy, wonder, and happiness. That comes out in great pure plenitude. But this little device, the AI, it does work. Your work, his work, everybody's work. It just did the work to do that little 30-second thing. What if you really wanted it for your show? Think how much work you would have had to go through. Now, I just strip the vocals off, give you the stems mixed down, and you sing over the top of it. Sing it, and you change the melody a little bit. But we added a guitar part on top of it. It did a whole bunch of people's work, and the guy who owns the studio is going, hey! And the guy who did the arrangements going, what? And the guy who recorded the string parts is saying, hey, just a second. And the guy who played the string parts is going, I didn't get the call. There's no good news for any of you.
Yeah.
Unless you can convince people to pay extra money for something that doesn't sound any different to them at all.
Is there a break point though, if you mind having a dialogue about it?
Do I have what?
Do you mind having a dialogue about it?
Yes, please.
Is there a break point though where you're like, oh, but it's not really able to finesse at this level? Like if you're talking about, again, a pop song that's our diatonic, like in a key, for the unindoctrinated, but the idea of like, can you get to the level, do you think with the research that you've done, Paul, that you can get to the point where you go like, hey, after like 2 minutes, I want to hear a key center change. I want to change key from A flat minor to F minor,
Right.
so that the thing doesn't get boring, because that's what I would do if I was scoring something.
Right. I have a hard time believing that there isn't already AI software that will do that exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
And what I think I've even seen is that you would play like a piano melody and maybe the chords underneath it,
Mm-hmm.
and then it ingests your audio file,
Mhm.
right? And then from that ingested audio file,
It does theme and variation.
And you can.
no, it orchestrates it.
You can give
You
it.
tell it pizzicato,
Like take this and make
Quiet.
it, make it into a thing.
right? And it'll orchestrate it and even if that doesn't exist right now,
It's probably going to.
whenever you talk about AI, it's like this week.
Yeah.
Here's what you can do this week.
Have you played with Suno?
I have only dabbled in Suno for a few minutes
Mhm.
because it's not free.
Right.
You don't own what you create. It's too pre-packaged.
Yeah.
This is trying to, and I'm afraid this is going to try and emulate it, where they want to force you into using models. They want to force you into using prescribed models. Now, I understand that I'm probably accessing models anyway, but this feels like a much more Wild West hodgepodge of models than me saying, I want Xenia. And just today in the news, someone, an AI music artist who makes their music on Suno got signed
Yes.
to a record label
Yeah.
contract. And also in AI news this week, Spotify has already gotten in trouble with what I told my boss the
Yeah.
first time I found out about AI. I was like, man, why would Spotify ever pay another living musician ever again?
Yeah.
They'll just generate their own music, they'll generate their own videos, they'll generate their own models.
Yeah.
And why? They're already getting caught doing it.
But there has to
Getting
be a
caught.
driver. There has to be a driver. There's the person that's feeding the information.
This week,
Yeah.
I think they're getting better and better at making the AI the driver.
Which is the other side of it. Yeah.
Right.
Like having it self-aware of
Well,
sorts.
it's able to make a friend of mine, Carl Finch, Grammy-winning leader of the band Brave Combo. He came over and he talks about this art teacher he had at UNT when he was in school. And he said the first day the art teacher came out and says, are you making art or are you making what looks like art? And
Sounds like
that has a lot of holes in it, but it's an interesting little thing to kind of look at. When you look at AI graphics, sometimes it looks like that. It's a thing that looks like what it's supposed to look like,
Right.
but it's, right?
Sounds like
And
music. Yeah.
the videos getting better, but the videos, have a looky look.
Yeah.
But the music, it turns out that if music sounds like music, then music actually is music when it sounds like music. It really, to my ears, but this is why another reason why I wanted to do this, because I want more ears on it. I want more objectivity, because as an artist, I know I love my shit. And I can't listen, that's why if you create and you've ever sat in a room and had to listen to your music with other people listening to it, and you're like, this is a completely different experience of listening to my music, then you know what I mean. It's like, I want to hear it with these ears, you know? And so, here's my story in brief. I have a wonderful friend named George who lives in Maui. George is an artist who's not an artist. George is a musician who's not a musician. He's always creating. He creates a lot. George always uses stock, whatever. He wants the new program, but he uses their stock examples. And for years, I was like, George, make your own sounds, for God's sake. Use your own pictures. Don't use the ones that they sent as, you know. And finally, I realized, you know, that's his thing. He is full adopt. Well, he works at a t-shirt shop in Maui, and one day, a box arrived at my house, a big, thick box. And in that box were 3 beautiful LP records with striking AI portraiture, beautiful woman robot portraiture in that super crisp AI looking. Each one different. And there's a wall hanging to go with each one of them. And each one's an LP. And I look and there's like 20 tracks on each side. They're all printed out. George went to the expense of printing them each out as one-offs, one-off albums. All the artwork. And then shipped it to me. It was, you know, it was like $300, $400 worth of George. In the box was a thumb drive. And on the thumb drive was MP3s, WAV files of all the songs that appeared on the album. George is not a musician. He has no instruments. He had nothing. So I get this box, and I'm like, and I stick it in, and I start to figure out how these generators, you know, he told me, is it generator? I was like, what? And I was immediately very impressed, surprised. And I started having musicians that came over to the house. I was like, hey man, have you heard where this stuff is at? But I didn't really get into it because George is an adopter. And so he used ChatGPT to generate the lyric. He just hit, he'd type in the title of the song and he'd just go, make. And then he'd pretty much take like the first or second thing that he got, right? So I go to visit him in Maui. And we got an afternoon hanging out, we're not doing anything. He says, hey man, let's make some AI songs. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? And like an idiot. That was the first time I realized that I could put my own lyrics into the thing. That I could have some, and once I started doing that and seeing how it reacted to me forcing it, because it will say every single thing you type in. That's why you have to make sure you don't do typos, because it'll just sing them up. Right? I just had an epiphany. It blew my mind. First off, of course, being a jerk that I am, I was doing stupid, funny songs and just laughing my eyes. But you know, laughter, it's a gateway to profundity, more just like anything else. It's just like, wow, these things are just amazing. This is amazing. And for a while, I was afraid to put in serious lyrics because I was afraid of what I might get out. And I've taken mushrooms or something, and you don't know where you're going to go, right? And so, once I got home, by the time I got home after a week of making songs with him, and he was like, oh God, you're doing stuff with AI I'd never done. I just pushed the button. I'm like, it's crazy what it can do. And so when I got home, I realized that people are very obviously touchy about AI. And I did not really want to go, hey everybody, my God. right? Because there's some people who don't want to hear that. As Frank Zappa said, there are some people who simply do not wish to know. And so I kind of quietly began talking to musicians that I respect and playing the songs for them because I wanted to make sure that it was great and that it wasn't just me thinking it was great because I love my shit. And pretty much the reactions that I got from the people that I've played for have pretty much been going the range from holy God, yeah, to yeah, that's pretty great, you know. And some very notable people have very, very excited about it, and we've had great time, and I've made music with them. I won't out them here, but so now at some point, I thought that I would do something like this and see slowly what people thought, and it's interesting to just sit here and talk about it. So, what I realized very early on, that for me, the real interesting thing is the philosophical questions that immediately begin to arise once you start making AI art of any kind, but especially this, because it can bring so much immediate joy and wonder. And I think that it's an important type of joy and wonder because if you make up your own lyrics and do it the way that I do it and are amazed by what you get out of it, you have the experience of participating in something that has created joy, beauty, and wonder, but you can never feel as though you own it because you know that the machine, really all you did was the lyrics, and it did the rest. And you don't know how it did it. So you can say, I own it in a capitalist, I own it because you generated it. And as far as Udio cares, yes, in a court of law, you own it. But as an artist, in your soul, you know damn well you don't own that. It's not yours. You can't say, I wrote that song with any sort of artistic. You could say, I wrote the lyrics and I generated the song. That's what I say. I wrote the lyrics and then generated the song. And I'm perfectly happy with that. Perfectly happy with that. Because the proof's in the pudding. If it sounds like a great song, it's a great song. Right. Anyway. Any questions? Yes.
Do you have an example of something that you really love?
Over 3 hours of examples.
Give me one. Give me one of something that.
How about, as artists, I think it's our job to subvert technology.
Yes, agreed.
I have a pretty wide-ranging concept about what art is. I think art is whenever you use technology to make something, basically. It's us using technology. All art movements are all based around technological advancements. You know?
Mm-hmm.
The piano is a machine. It's just a device. This is a further device. But all seeming to move towards someplace. So, the first thing I tried to do once I started getting into this was to subvert and to see if I could mess it up. Come on, you playlists. Let's see if I can find it. This is an interesting one to start with, if I can find it.
Vampire.
I'm looking for,
We saw one that said vampire.
oh, yeah, we'll save the vampire music for later, after it gets dark. Let's see if I can just find it. Is there a search this playlist for winter? No results. Oh, what? Okay. Back. No. Forward. Library. It is a clunky, very clunky website. God dang it. How do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? Quit this.
Back to library.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back to library. Why are you doing that? Why are you kicking?
I did not turn into a fascist.
Home, library. Do you want to share the right? What the hell? Back to library.
You need the password, look it up.
No, close, 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 close. Jesus. iPads, it's all of this Apple stuff. It's so easy to use.
It's a piece of
It's
cake.
so easy to use. Library. There we go. Library,
Reminiscent of
playlists.
your costume.
Let's see, first.
Your beard.
Here it is.
Oh, winter.
Oh, winter. I wrote in 1940s experimental, operatic, classical, strings, piano, somber, beautiful. It added in classical 1940s experimental, modern classical chamber music, and all the rest of those little prompts that you see there. I entered in these lyrics. All right. So they are poetic, but not symmetrical in any way.
Right.
Right?
What does the term drop mean to the program?
What is
How does it interpret, where you have drop in parentheses, does it?
Oh, this is one of the mystical words. There's a list of words that you can put in brackets and insert into the lyrics, and they do things. Sometimes. Sometimes they do amazing things. That's why I just got into subversion and started, sometimes I'll just type, but drop is one of the words that will make it do something.
Interesting.
Right? And it pays attention to exclamation points.
Okay.
And all caps.
And caps. It pays attention to that kind of stuff. So here we go. Oh, winter. Let's see if I can play
Your sun, the gray and dreary skies, forecast of cloudy blankets, holds like a warning. It's a damp and dismal rains that patter incessantly each day blow
Crazy.
Ain't nothing wrong with that in my eyes. If that was orchestrated out, how much work? To get the choir, to teach them all, the soloist, the recording, all of it.
If you were to change something in it though, how would you?
You would not.
Is there a time signature in there? It's all about.
If you were, everything's got a time signature if you put one to it. So yeah, it could all be scored out, and the computer tends towards a BPM, even if it breaks into experimental land. There's often some sort of a pulse.
Can you get it into pulse and tactus and meters? Get it into pulse and tactus and meters. Can you specify, or can you get it to do anything like that?
You can't say.
You can't tell it what to do.
You can't say, write me a song in 7/8.
No.
Oh. Are there other programs where you can?
There almost certainly has to be. I personally don't care because I don't want that control. I don't need that level of control to get the results that that I'm happy with.
So what if
I can do those things myself, do things in 7/8, and then maybe it can help me make things. I'm sure that there has to be where you can put MIDI in.
Yeah.
And it'll orchestrate your MIDI, use a nice mix and give you a nice mix of your MIDI orchestrations. That has to exist already. I don't think you even need AI to make that happen. But the AI will just do it better.
Wow.
So people are like, we'll never have the human vibe. It'll never sound like human. We'll never have that. I'm like, man, I don't know. Sounds pretty human to me. And if you're in there writing words, there's a human. But I have some other weird thoughts about AI music and what it could do and what it's probably going to do. And I already heard somebody online say what I'm just about to say. Beto, Ron Beto or John, whatever his name, Beto, Rick Beto. Rick Beto.
Yeah.
He said it just the other day. I don't often agree with him on a lot of things, but I agree with him on this. And it is, why would you ever listen to anybody else's music when you can just make your own? Everybody's going to make so many people there. It's already happening. You go to Suno, you go to Udio, there's so much music, generated music, and it's good. It's not crap. A lot of it, or it is crap, because this thing will do top level crap. Those are the first people to be put out of business. So the country, western, just the pop, all of that stuff. This just does it. And people be like, "Oh my God, music won't have any value anymore."
Newsflash.
Yes, wonderful. Freedom at last. Free from owning your art and having to care about what other people think about it. Freedom from feeling like you owe your creativity something. And so I tested it out on my brother-in-law, Bill. Bill is in no way a musician. No way. He's a wonderful guy, guidance counselor all of his life, high school guidance counselor. He's one of my heroes, sweetheart of a guy. Well, Bill had a dream one night. And in this dream, he heard a song in its entirety. And he woke up and it impressed him so much that he ran into the bathroom where my sister Christy was taking a bath at the time. These are middle-aged people, so running into the bathroom while your spouse is engaged in a bath, it's not an everyday sort of thing, especially not for Bill. And so he's like, I had this song, this song, I had this song. He says, well, write it down while you still remember. So Bill wrote down the song. And he told me about it. He's like, I had this song. And he kind of sang it a little bit, and it sounded kind of, sounded like what you would think it would sound like from the lyrics. And so I got him to give me the lyrics, and I got Jeff Barnes from Great Combo and my friend Joe, and I thought, let's record this for my brother-in-law Bill. We made him a little recording on a cassette, and I sent it to him. He's like, yeah, that's cool. The years now pass, and I'm up visiting him in Iowa City and telling him all about this AI stuff. And Bill's like, well, can I put my lyrics to my dream song in your AI thing? Yeah, that's exactly what it's made for. And so we did. And started generating songs. And he got the thing. He had the moment of joy, that moment of I'm part of something. I just participated in making something that I found love and wonder and joy in. But I don't own it. I didn't do it myself. I just participated. And the idea of participating in something that you don't own, I personally think that that's a feeling that many people need to practice so that you can get used to thinking that way and feeling that way a little more. But that's just my crazy spiel on it.
Well, now we have to hear your brother-in-law's song.
It's not that great.
That's okay.
Here's the other thing, the real reason why I had this tonight was that I thought that some people would show up with AI music to play. I really did. What this is really kind of supposed to be is a support group for people who make AI music, because they're all going to have the same feeling that I did, which is, I made this wonderful Grammy thing. But because we're all so capitalist, the very first thing that everybody's going to do is say, what can you do with it? What can I make with it? How can I do it? Who can I give it to? I'm a mini. Who can see? It's just like, ugh. Right? You know what I mean? And you're going to realize everybody can make their own music. Look at all this music being generated. My music has no value. Nobody gives a shit about this amazing, beautiful thing that I did. And it's going to be hard for them in the beginning until they realize that the only thing that's torturing them is their desire to own something. And once you stop trying to own it, then you're just happy with it as a thing of beauty and wonder. And if you don't want that to spread out into the world, then there's kind of something wrong with it. So let's hear another song. This is the one that really made me realize that that this was pretty amazing stuff. I love exotica music. You know exotica? No, this is kind of good.
The moon will rise, and so will I. I must return before the light gives me away. No one must know, and so I go. But I return before my love gives me away. Forbidden, our secret passion, forbidden. Just one more kiss, forbidden. The tide will rise, and so, my love, you will return at the end of the day, and I will wait in another's arms. But I am afraid my eyes would give me away.
Listen to this bridge. Check this bridge out.
Your kiss is so tender, my heart in a trance. But darling, we're taking a dangerous chance. Forbidden, our secret passion. Forbidden, just one more kiss. Forbidden.
That's awesome.
And it does it in 2 minutes and 10 seconds, which I have now been convinced is the perfect length for a song.
What were the prompts for the music part of that? Can you share that?
Yes. Exotica, female vocalist, percussion, dreamy, sultry. And then it added jazz, pop, mellow, and longing.
What about the whole like Latin flavor thing? Like, where did that come from? You think?
The what?
So kind of a Latin vibe to it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everything you see here is what I gave.
wow.
It
So it took
comes up-
exotic
came
and it
up
made
with
it
all-
Latin.
It has a mind of its own.
What's that?
It has a mind of its own, obviously.
Well, sure. I mean, that very much shades of Martin Denny there.
Do you do a lot of Latin music? Because if it knows you, maybe it picked up on past prompts.
I'm gonna play you Brazil. Thing it really does, Brazilian.
Does it save your stuff?
So each time he starts from the beginning. Interesting.
Right.
But that's the next layer, though. Collect. Like
Yeah.
your
Well, and
profile
that-
evolving.
no, so that's what I'm doing with ChatGPT. I'm training it with my
Right.
voice, my work, and then I can ask it questions and have it give me some ideas.
Okay, so these are the Brazilian
I'm
songs.
very excited by that.
Just pick one, I guess.
I did Amber's video.
It's very good. It's very good.
They're all so beautiful. I'll do the one that blew my mind the most.
It's just Brazilian.
And here's why it blew my mind.
Oh, this.
You know,
Oh, you're right.
if there's, the musicians are always gonna be like, yeah, well, you know, the chord progressions are probably real, you know. And it uses 1-4-5 just as much as everybody else does, to great success. I spent an entire morning trying to figure out fucking chords onto this song, and I did not.
Okay.
But it's gorgeous. And if it sounds like it's atonal to you in the beginning, I thought it was a mistake. I thought it was atonal. This has happened to me a bunch. I thought I had garbage. I just didn't get it. It was laying down something that was heavier than I was able to hear the first time. Okay, so this is called Madness. I did a few versions of this.
Like a bolt from the blue, you took me by surprise. I thought that I was done with love, but then I saw your eyes. Destiny, could it be destiny? With a single hello, my heart was set aflame. I thought that you were just a dream, but then you asked my name. Destiny, could it be destiny? Is it luck? Is it fate? Should I kiss you? Should I wait? Madness, when you hold me in your arms. Madness, I'm afraid I'll lose my mind. I know that sounds crazy, but when I look into your eyes, it's madness. From the moment we met, my mind was in a whirl. You're not the kind of man for me, I'm not your kind of girl. Destiny, could it be destiny? I don't care, I'll go insane. Just kiss me and whisper my name. Madness, darling, hold me in your arms. Madness, you make me lose my mind. I know this sounds crazy, but when I look into your eyes, it's madness.
Isn't that beautiful?
So it always takes the ellipse and just like repeats a word.
What's that?
So it takes the ellipse on the word "it's" and it just repeats it. Is that kind of its interpretation of that?
Where are you looking
Well,
at?
both time at the end of that long thing, and where it goes the line. I know that it sounds crazy, but when I look into your eyes, it's dot 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 dot. You have
Yeah,
to
but when I look into your eyes, it does, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
you're looking at what I gave it.
Yeah.
Everything else, it did.
Did you have a certain predictability about what would happen? Like, have you gotten better at your prompting, do you think?
Well, the one thing that has happened in the last 7 months that I've done this, I have written a shitload of lyrics. And I don't know if you know my background, but I make up songs on the spot for people as a trick, and it's hard. But I'm very good at just, I can lyricize very quickly. And I know a lot about, using asymmetry and things like that. So it's not hard for me to write lyrics quickly. I can't remember where we started. What did you ask?
Well, just about the ellipse and like that, or about the predictability. Like, have you changed the way you write lyrics and the predictability of like knowing
I'm
what?
trying to mess it up. Just being like, what can you do? I wonder what you can do with this, you know? And or also, it's like if I'm writing a country song, then I know to give it, you give it country stuff. But okay, when you're tired of hearing me play songs, just let me know. Because I got a whole bunch of them, but I keep seeing ones that just, they're mind blowing. It's like, how did it do this? Okay, I wanted to mess it up, so I wrote asymmetrical lyrics. One day as I was wandering, I came upon a stream, and standing there was a bonny thing. So that's a it's a poetic line. It has rhymish elements to it, right? But it's not in a
Yeah.
This stuff in Bridge and Comic, and that's what you can do. So I'm really asking, to, and what it does with this is just unbelievable to me. So here we go.
One day as I was wandering, I came upon a stream, and standing there was a bonny thing.
Skipping stones, skipping them across the wall.
I stopped on the bridge and called to her.
Lass, what might you be doing?
Skipping stones, skipping them across the water. Can I join you? May I join you if it serve your pleasure? And then she skipped another stone, and then gave me a wink, and so I joined her in a blink.
Skipping stones, skipping them across the water.
At last the sun was going down, and all the stones were thrown, for we had spent the afternoon.
Skipping stones, skipping them across the water.
Can I kiss you? May I kiss you, if it serve your pleasure?
Ooh, 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 skipping, skipping.
We spent the evening drinking wine, looking in each other's eyes, and I knew then that my heart was hers.
Skipping stones, skipping them across the water. Well, she was gone with the morning sun, and I never laid eyes again.
But every day I wait down by the bridge,
Skipping stones, skipping them across the water. Skipping stones, skipping them across the water. Ooh, 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 skipping, skipping.
Hi.
Did you tell it to use banjo? Can we see your prompt at the top?
Prompt, classic folk, 78s, old-time country folk, American primitivism. I rarely ever tell it instruments.
Really?
No. And I found that I've generated a bit of instrumental music, but it is not as satisfying because really you're not participating in it. And it kind of needs it. It definitely benefits from having you writing the lyrics and making it conform.
What do you mean?
Because when I write these lyrics, it conforms to the lyrics. I mean, you just saw. Look what it did.
It
It
finds
made
a
it-
structure within your lyrics
It
and
found
then
it.
generates
Yeah,
chords.
it found structures and things in there. It's very good at doing something I was never good at doing as a composer, which is using measures that don't have all beats in it. Cutting off ends of phrases with only 3 measures on it instead of 4 to give it a feeling of fluidity and stuff, It does that really, really good. It's very economical. I'm just trying to get everything in 2 minutes and 10 seconds. But one of the things that I would have been afraid of with AI generated music, and I'm always on the lookout, is it just stuffing my lyrics into somebody else's song? I just don't see how it's possible. I just don't. When you do something like that, it's just like what? And so that's why I wish that we had someone who knew how the sausage was made with AI. How does it do it?
It's collecting almost. references.
Well, what I understand is that it makes things like this. Like if I'm here, what would sound good next? Well, probably this, 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 well, probably this. And it generates it that way.
But it does have a sense of like if it's picked a key, for example, that was all in one diatonic
Mhm.
key, then it's conscious of that. So it is referencing back to,
It has to have some, well, I think that the thing about AI, it's just mind blending is, and you say you've fed AI and you give it all kinds of information, theory texts, and it'll eat them up. It obviously understands form. I mean, if there's one thing that I would say to musicians who have a problem with the fact that AI is doing their gig, it's just like, man, maybe if Western civilization wasn't based on a bunch of super simple patterns repeating themselves over and over in a very limited amount of actual compositional material, maybe it wouldn't be able to replicate it with no problem. But
yeah.
yeah, notes, pitches, 12 pitches, finite number of chords, finite number of forms, whatever. It eats that shit for lunch. Not hard.
And the voices, those are just, I mean, computerized
I don't
reproductions
know.
of.
What my limited knowledge of it is that they are based on what's called models. And there's actually a musician in town who has gone ahead and has made a model of himself. Fed it all of his video from all of his performances, all of his music, pictures, tons of pictures, had a body scan, and now he can make videos. He can make virtual videos and make virtual music too. Who was it, the country artist who can't speak anymore? From up in Sanger?
I don't know who that is.
Don't know who that is.
Big star. Drank himself. But he's putting out a new record, all generated by AI. They modeled his voice and,
Wow.
you know, so I think that the voices are based, and here's where I think the seed might come in. That the seed maybe chooses the model, or somehow the seed references the model. So I just happened to get a good seed that referenced a model of a singing group.
Mhm.
And they probably have a whole bunch of material, and so it had ingested their entire library, and it used that as the model.
So what if you put in a particular artist?
It will say,
No.
we don't do that.
Okay.
But what we will do is, we'll give you this copious set of prompts, which will basically facsimilate that.
11 Labs software
Here.
does that tremendously. They do voice models that are very expressive for doing VO. I just had to mix some spots, and they said, production house said, oh, we'll take care of the VO, we'll pay them. And what they sent back, because I had to mix it and do it in another language, was what to me, the client couldn't tell, but to me, they were very obviously generated AI. They just gave the text to it and it read it. And if you go to the 11 Labs thing and just put in a prompt, you want an Australian accent, you want,
Yeah.
so it has enough models to do that for speech. And then the singing is just a short leap away.
Yeah, and it really does the singing better than it does the voice. You can detect the
Right.
falseness in the voice, the
Kind of.
talking sometimes easier than the singing.
Kinda, I tell you what, that's gotten super sophisticated. 11 Labs is,
And that's this
Great.
week,
Right.
yeah, right, this week.
yeah, this week. What was
So
I gonna-
I'm also interested in using technology in a way that it's not meant to be used. So I am not trained musically and I do not write songs, but I do write a lot of other things. So I am now very curious if I put in, let's say, a poetic artist statement about one of my pieces, project statement, which is not in song format necessarily. It's more, you know,
Text, right?
yeah, it would be text, and then I added in some of the bracketed things, what like, and
It
then,
will sing what
yeah,
you type in there.
yes, and like make it creepy and
Who knows?
yeah,
I mean, you know, you have
So
some,
I
you
think-
have some control.
that's
Some
pretty. That
control
all
over
of
it.
a sudden is very interesting.
Very
Yeah, yeah.
interesting, and then have that playing during.
Right.
parties.
As a song, yeah.
Yeah.
Artist song.
And then it's a performative musical lecture.
Okay,
Yeah, there you go.
so check this one out. I think that maybe, okay. Classic country, traditional country western, dramatic country, North American music,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
No mention of anybody's name, right? But check this out.
Girl, you've been crying again, he let you down. Girl, it's not the first time he's fooled around. You have been faithful, I've seen how you've tried. I've seen how you've loved him, I've seen how he's lied. And now that he's gone and left you to cry, baby, let me dry your eyes. Girl, you have nothing to prove, you can let him go. Girl, you don't have to be alone just 'cause he's gone. You have been faithful, I've seen how you've tried. I've seen how you've loved him, I've seen how he's lied. And now that he's gone and left you to cry, baby, let me dry your eyes.
It's like a two-beat Johnny Cash thing.
Girl, just let all those teardrops wash him away.
And that's Johnny Cash.
Yeah, yeah.
Girl, you'll be better off now that he's gone away.
Is that part of the prompt at
You
all?
have been faithful, I've seen how you've tried, I've seen how
Does it
you've
know those
loved
kinds
him,
of things? Like if you
I've
put in
seen
an
how he's
artist,
lied, and now
Yeah,
that
we
he's
said
gone
no,
and
And it
left.
doesn't do that.
Yeah, what's that?
like, can you put in an artist and say, make this Beatlesque or make this Johnny Cash? Or does it not ever want that?
Classic country, traditional country, if I put Johnny Cash in there, it would come back with an error. And
Really?
say, we don't do that.
Interesting.
But here's 5 prompts that will get you to the same place.
Oh, okay, that's what you were saying a moment, okay, fine. Wow. So if you wanted Johnny Cash, you'd have to figure out what prompts would
And I'll
have,
tell you.
oh my God.
And I
So
could
it's,
never get him again. I couldn't get him back.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's the other thing I find a lot is that like if you when I was doing text to image generation, I spent a whole summer and I just figured out it was like completely biased. It's like racially biased,
Yeah.
gender biased,
Oh,
lots of bias.
yes.
But if I finally got something that I was close to liking, to try and get it again, you can never get it again.
Yeah.
This is the problem with AI
Right.
this week.
this week,
Yeah.
Persistence.
Yeah.
Persistence. I want the same character in every picture that I generate.
yeah, it doesn't.
I want the same singer. That's why they ask you to pick the vocal, because they're forcing the model on you,
Yeah.
right? They're forcing a model. And to be honest, most people will want to, but I can see capitalism a mile away, yo.
Yeah.
You're just trying to force me into making songs for your model. You know what Vocaloid is? The Japanese have been doing this for years, turns out. They're a decade ahead of us, making basically, and now I imagine Vocaloid, why wouldn't it just become all AI? I mean, that's already 4/5 of the way there.
Well, it this what pop music is doing? Making this and then having someone sing it?
Yeah, have you seen VO3, video generation? Have you seen just get on it and go, Yeti video. There's about 7 billion videos of Yeti. And he's this dude. Hey everybody, Yeti here. Got my babe with me. We're gonna go jet skiing today. How about it, babe? And there's this beautiful cover. Okay, let's go jet skiing. And it's Yeti. And the next thing you think they're on this jet skis and they're, you haven't seen VO3? It's the latest video generating and
Wow.
so why would you not just make your own movie? It says, I want to watch Lord of the Rings, and I want Willem Dafoe to be, to be Strider, and I want what's his name from Game of Thrones to be Frodo or Sam, I want me to be Sauron.
Yeah.
Why not?
You'd be a great star.
Why wouldn't you?
Earlier you brought up persistence in
Persistence, yes.
Yeah, in like video and image generation, you can kind of get persistence via that seed that you were talking about.
Yes, seeds.
So making just like a very small change in the seed, you can get a very similar image. You can start to kind of refine that down. You mentioned the seed in audio generation. Does it show you that number, like that hash?
It lets you see the number. Yes.
Can you like just up one integer?
This is good information. Because what I thought was that the seed, I guess it would make sense that it's a classification, like numbers 6,420 through 6,490 are of a type. Is that how seed numbers work?
Well, in image generation,
image generation.
Yeah,
well, then
visual artist.
That would be the way.
Yeah, so it might, you'd get a similar sounding, in theory, right? A similar sounding song, but maybe it's a little bit different. Like the key's a little bit different, or maybe it's different instrumentation. Right. It would be similar.
Because I made a song, right? Or I made a thing, and it's a vampire story, right? And I wanted to generate little just images to go along with the story. And I just could not get characters to repeat.
Usually, do you tell it what seed to use?
So in image generation, like you can choose a random seed and then just get whatever, right? Whatever
It's
kind
in
of
the
pops out of
prompt.
the
It's
model.
in the prompt. You
It's
put
in
seed.
the whole kind of all the attributes of the flow going from, the latent space, which is just kind of like static, right, to your actual image. That seed kind of dictates that trajectory from that. So then if you just change it a little bit, then you get something very similar.
Well, that's a very interesting thing. So we could actually test it, I guess the way to test it would be to give it the same lyrics,
Copy
to
seed.
give it the same lyrics, but then just change the seed number by 1.
Copy
Yeah,
seed.
same lyrics and the same.
It's giving you that.
Everything the same. Right.
Copy seed.
And then just seed, up an integer down.
Right. Let me see if I can figure out how to do that.
And I don't know exactly how that works with, generative audio. I don't know if it's the same.
Well, see, this is I don't know either. I mean,
But your drop down menu that you just had
yes,
gave you
That's
under
fine.
it
It's
gave
very-
you a copy
that's
seed
fantastic.
and copy
yes,
song.
yeah.
And so
You
that
should, and I've tried it. It's one of these things where I don't know how reliable. First of all, I don't know how reliable Udio is. When I look at some of their language on their website, they make it sound like it's mysterious to them too, that they don't really know what all of the commands do. So what I'm guessing is that they're utilizing somebody else's AI to do their, what I mean? Like there's, Gartron, or well, we use the Gartron AI generator to handle all our video touches on it. I really have no idea how they go about doing it. But let me see. If I said, where was it now? Where was it? Baby, let me dry your eyes. Now, if I said, how would I go about doing this? Let's see. Okay, so it'll allow you to do a few things. It'll allow you to extend in certain regards. It will allow you to do remixes. And the remixes are interesting too, because a lot of times there's a slider, and the slider goes from similar to variant. It's a variance slider, right? Who knows what it does? But if you do vary it and start doing remixes, what I found is a very successful way to work with it is generate until you get something that gets the idea. It's like, okay, you get, especially parsing the lyrics for rhythmic content. You keep going and it'll say the lyrics right eventually. If they're typed right and they have a lilt to them, it will figure it out. And the remix, I think it smartens up every time it remixes it. It understands it better. It comes up with it, and then at some point it'll solidify and start giving you basically the same thing every time. You'll try and change it up and it'll be like, no, this is it. It's very interesting.
So if you stay on the same prompt, the same song, as it were, and try to do variations on it, it's not like starting all over again. Like
If you write a bunch of lyrics, make a prompt, and then go create, and then it'll make two totally different songs. When you go create, it'll make two more totally different songs. You keep going. After a while, it might give you this one again.
Huh.
I don't think it's as deep as the ocean.
Gotcha.
It's pretty deep.
Well, just in the little ditty that we did at the beginning, you had three of the four were very distinct from one another.
Yeah.
They were not at all alike.
Yeah, and those were all using the same prompt.
Yeah.
I think I might have changed the C. What are you going to do? It's only 7:17. 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Colette, you have your artist statement with you?
Yeah, we should. I want to hear Colette's artist statement sung.
But I don't have it like.
We don't need the whole thing, Colette. We
Yeah,
just
I mean,
need-
if somebody has some lyrics, they can text
Let's
me.
see.
I have some lyrics.
Or
You have lyrics. You have Kiki and Coco lyrics. Yeah.
I always wanted a song for our show based on Frank Zappa's quote about don't fall into the ooze about the TV and for kids and devices.
Like I Am the Slime on the video.
Like the ooze of the, like.
There's the ooze coming out of your television
Yeah,
set.
yeah.
I am the slime on the video.
Yeah.
Moving around on the studio.
Right.
I think that's the song, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I wrote one woke up one morning and just wrote some stuff down.
Okay, how long is it? Pretty long.
That's too long.
Well, I would say that if you tried to put that song with that many lyrics in it, it will do it.
It's too fast.
It will insist on doing as much of it as you can.
So
The
maybe,
way to do a song like that is a bit more of a tedious job, which we have plenty of time. But I can build it 30 seconds at a time. Like if you have the first verse, we make the first verse until we found the verse that we like. And then we
Right.
keep it. And we add
Use
on
that
to that.
C
And
or-
that will give you consistency. That will give you a certain degree of consistency.
Let's try that. Can we
Let's
try
try it. You want to, are you a good typist? Or either that or you can copy that text
Okay,
and Gmail it to me. And then I will copy that
send all of it
and
to you.
see if, yes.
You take like a chunk of it to start with and put the prompts in and then,
Yeah, like, and is it in any sort of a, nope? it's
I'm not a.
Nope, okay. All right.
What was your email?
P Pastel, A V E N S at gmail.com. Gmail.
Yeah.
E-N-S, yes, so it's E-N-S.
Well, we have a little bit of a break. We do have beverages for sale.
yes. My Paul is creative.
Donation, sorry. They're not for sale.
Yes, donation.
Okay, let's see.
100% donation.
Just a second.
I just followed a company
Yeah, it's great. It runs locally. ZAK.
Oh, just three.
Yeah, I dropped the C in.
Okay, Lloyd is LL.
Just one.
Wow. Super easy like that. We know a lot of the same people. I'm already following you.
Oh.
I'm
probably following you too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you are. I think
I sometimes.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, so like I know what kind of storytellers and then I kind of have to look into it, so I put it in my case.
What kind of programs?
That's like next.
Oh, you're represented by Lily?
And there are sites where you can probably do that. And maybe even do your voice, like you're saying, talking, and sound kind of like you.
Yeah, I'm following you.
What kind of, so you use Comfy UI?
Okay.
Diffusion B. I mean, I kind of come to art making via kind of like a dirty new media sort of like analog technology.
I just kept thinking.
And using kind of old school tech in like improper ways. So when like Gen AI stuff started coming out, like it was exciting. Like all those things is kind of like enjoy, but my mind is always like, oh, crack it open. Where can I find the material? So I've been playing around a lot with that. You can do that really easily in Comfy and Stable Diffusion, really to start kind of fiddling around with the properties of the thing and getting some really strange abstractions.
Yeah, I kind of, have a background in TV.
Nice.
I can run this.
Yeah. For sure.
I mean, I've gotten to, beginning tutorial sessions, but it's like, I gotta get learning, I gotta like get back to real work and do something. And I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a little bit about it.
Well, Jack can do it that for us.
Oh my God.
That boy's
Like,
really-
you just say like break for processing.
You try it out, you're like, close, this is a little different. That boy is.
Coming back to it now, that's really good for me.
Yeah, vibe coding. 'Cause
Now,
I've always been a guy. Coder, so she's typically collabing on stuff she's doing.
She's a good coder.
Yeah.
start snaking. So we're gonna have to fix
I
that.
love your stuff.
We gotta make sure that there's no.
Give it up.
Copy that.
Cool.
Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
It's almost like, you're gonna need a picture. I'm like, I can't.
It's these little, easier with some things, but I would check out Diffusion.
Creeping late at night, you find your
It's
phone
free
and
and
then start.
it runs on like an M1 plus Mac. And you can just do VEE.
PEE. And then you said, what else did you say?
Automatic 1111.
I don't know what that is.
So that one's going to be better for a PC, like with a big graphics card.
Got it.
But Diffusion is cool. You don't need like really fancy gaming computers to be able to do AI stuff. And it's great for image generation. You can do video generation.
So let's do 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's fine. You can
What's that?
specify like frames that you want.
The neon blue light has got
Frames that you want is like
mesmerized by light, you center design. And you realize, use, don't fill in.
and it just kind of
You
creates.
change that.
And it's cool to, like, I'm interested in kind of in between spots because I like this kind of like grotesqueness that comes out of AI. Like, tape
Okay, it's stuck to you in.
where people are like, oh, I need to fix that. That looks
Plug you in.
Maybe it'll expand.
Never know.
We want that.
Yeah, it's got more fingers.
Trying.
We're just Comfy UI is great. COMFY.
Okay.
I've been
So,
using all
now,
and then just ended up after the summer becoming so
we
frustrated.
add the folder,
Keep the same.
Yeah.
create folder,
So
oops.
So I was just talking about Diffusion B. If you have a Mac, it's free. You can load different apps into it to get different things. There's no, you're not paying per generation like you would with
Now,
Runway.
dance
there's
controls.
Yeah.
So you can just go forever. And there's
Manual
no like,
load,
censorship.
we'll do 30
You
seconds.
can ask it to give you whatever.
I can just download.
Prompt string.
Yep.
Onto-
Yep.
and then the
Clarity, we'll give ourselves a seed number
Comfy.
Comfy UI. And
and
that one will be kind of a more kind of robust.
add a prompt. So, what do you want?
The Comfy UI will
You
run
want, kids' music
and it's
or
local, so you know.
music?
Oh, that's cool. What's Nano?
That is Google's like Gen AI sort of thing. And I think it does. So it does like imagery and video. And I think it's kind of like the dog music that you're talking about, where-
Yeah, it says
Children's
Nano,
music.
Comfy.
Oh yeah. So I think it's just using
Scary
Google's model and then bringing that into Comfy UI. Because Comfy UI is kind of like a designer where it's node based, but you don't have to like string it along. You can just like click a template and it will pop up. Exactly.
And there we go.
Did I use doing performance art or you were using that in some of the AI work?
Performance art was one of my
I'll take a minute or two.
But mostly visual.
Who did it? Did it give you like where you recognized which performance artist they were ripping off of?
Well, it's funny because a lot of times I'll just have it do like a random seed, so it'll give me a bunch of different options, and I like choose the one that I'm like, that one's interesting. And it's always very stereotypical, like naked person in the gallery or something. But then
Garlic roll light.
It's very cool.
Yeah, I've had a lot of art items.
Is this on your, is this on his Instagram? Is this on your Instagram?
Okay. This is one of the terms, which is different. But then it's these in-between parts where these faces kind of like meld into each other.
Yeah, like that part.
So is it taking video from real performance artists? Like are these recognizable
You kind of get a Marina Abramovich
Yeah,
face
I
at one point.
Yeah.
But it's always
I
good
think
to.
they don't do it directly, so it's like not. Right.
Well, and so in diffusion key, those things just go like, I want, Donald Trump with the hamburger hat or something, and it'll make it. But then anything that you can bring. So sometimes, yeah,